Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel Dhyani Classes. If you are watching my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that I get notified whenever new video will be uploaded. So in today's video we will cover the first part of the chapter, Madam Rides the Bus, written by Vallika Nann from class 10 CBSE. So let's get started. Let's talk about the author. The real name of the author was R.S. Krishnaswamy, known his pet name Vallika Nann. He was born on 12th November 1920 in Rajavallipuram near Tirunelveli. He started writing at a very young age and had published 25 books by the time he was 30 years old. He worked for magazines like Cinema Ulagam, Navasakthi, Grama Ujjain and Hanuman. He also wrote under the pseudonyms Niyandi Bharati and Koranathan. He wrote a total of 75 books in his life, novels, novellas, poetry collections, plays and essays, anthologies. So the lesson, Madam rides the bus to talk about curiosity and strong desire of getting something, and children will remain enthusiastic until they get that thing and fulfill their understanding. So this is a story of a small girl, and she likes gazing at the hustle and bustle of the street, and especially the scene of a bus arriving and departing. So there is a girl in this story named Vallimai. So let's begin with the first line of the chapter now. There was a girl named Vallimai who was called Valli for short. So here the author is talking about a girl and her name was Vallimai, but people used to call her Valli for short. And further he says she was 8 years old and very curious about things. That means she was just 8 years old, ordinary girl, just like others, but she was eager to know more about things, especially unknown things. So curious about things means wanting to know or learn more about something in detail. Her favorite pastime was standing in the front doorway of her house, watching what was happening in the street outside. So here the author is talking about her pastime, and she used to spend most of the time throughout the day was standing in the front doorway of her house and glancing outside to know what is happening in the street. So why she used to stand in front of the door? Just because of at that time there was nothing else in those days for entertainment such as television, mobile phones, radio, etc. as compared to nowadays. So she used to look outside from in front of the doorway of her house. Moreover, he says there were no playmates of her own age on her street, and this was about all she had to do. So here the narrator is saying that why she used to stand in front of the doorway, just because of there were no friends of her own age on her street. That means she had no friend to play with her. So the only option she had is to look at what is going on outside. So pastime means hobby, and doorway of the house means lobby or entryway of the house. Further he says, but for Valli, standing at the front door was every bit as enjoyable as any of the elaborate game other children played. So here the narrator is saying that she used to stand at the front door and enjoy the games other elder children played outside. So elder children used to play a lot of games down the street, and she used to look at them and enjoy whatever games children played. Further he says, watching the street gave her many new unusual experiences. That means while seeing those children from the doorway, she came to know more about the games and surroundings, and it was an unusual experience for her. The most fascinating thing of all was the bus that traveled between her village and the nearest town. So here the narrator is saying that the most fascinating, that means interesting or captivating thing was the bus that traveled between her village and the nearest places. So for Valli, it was more interesting thing to watch from her doorway. It passed through her street each hour, once going to the town and once coming back. So the bus passed through twice a day, once in the morning and then in the evening, and she was able to see the same bus returning in the evening as well with a different set of passengers. So every day she used to watch the bus twice in a day, and it was quite interesting thing to see from her doorway. The sight of the bus filled each time with a new set of passengers was a source of unending joy for Valli. So here for Valli, it was more interesting to see a new set of passengers sitting inside the bus every day and wearing different clothes and talking to each other. So this was more fascinating for Wally, and that's why she used to keep looking at the bus every day. Further, he says, day after day she watched the bus, and gradually a tiny wish crept into her head and grew there. So, here the author is saying that every day she used to watch the bus from her doorway, and that was her favorite pastime. And every day, looking at the bus, a tiny wish crept into her mind and grew there. That means every day she used to look at the bus, and after continuously watching the bus every day, a small wish grew up in her mind. So, crept into means to be restless. And what was the wish? She wanted to ride on the bus even if just once. That means she wished to take a ride on it once. So that was the wish grew up in her mind. This wish became stronger and stronger until it was an overwhelming desire. So this small wish grew stronger and became a burning desire to ride on the bus at least once. So what do you mean by overwhelming desire here? That means something that cannot be controlled at all. So she wanted to take a ride on the bus and have a ride once. Wally would stare wistfully at the people who got on or off the bus when it stopped at the street corner. So here the narrator is saying that she had an overwhelming desire to ride the bus at least once. So every day she used to watch the bus wistfully. So what do you mean by wistfully? That means someone sad because they want something that they cannot have. So as she had a desire to ride on the bus, but it was not possible for her to get on the bus. So she had a desire that she could not fulfill at that time. And further he says, people who got on or off the bus when it stopped at the street corner, that means she would be fascinated or interested to look at the faces of the passengers who would deboard the bus or step in or out of the bus. Their faces would kindle in her longings, dreams, and hopes. That means she used to look at the passengers again and again, and due to this, her dreams and hopes becomes alive. And then she would also wanted to step into the bus just like other passengers. Further, he says if one of her friends happened to ride the bus and tried to describe the sights of the town to her, Bully would be jealous to listen and would shout in English, proud, proud. So here the narrator is saying that if one of her friends happened to ride the bus, that means whenever her friends would get on the bus, then they would come back to her and explain everything whatever they have seen throughout the ride, such as scenery, hilly paths, animal, etc. So Wally would become very excited to ride on the bus and then would feel jealous because she was not able to ride the bus as her friends were able to ride the bus, and then she used to shout in English, proud, proud. Neither she nor her friends really understood the meaning of the word, but they used it often as a slang expression of disapproval. So here the narrator is saying that why she used to shout back to her friends, proud, proud, and nobody, even Wally itself and her friends, knew the actual meaning of the word proud, and even they were unaware why she exclaimed proudly. So people used it often as a slang expression of disapproval. That means proud can have also a negative meaning and refer to exceedingly high self-regard. So in this way, she used to use the word proud, proud to express disapproval. That means rejection or disappointment. Over many days and months, Wally listened carefully to conversations between her neighbors and people who regularly used the bus. So here, over many days and months, Wally used to listen to people very carefully and attentively, especially conversations or discussions between her neighbors and people who regularly used to travel by the bus while going and coming back from the office or any other places. And further he says, she also asked a few discreet questions here and there. That means she inquires more about the travel in order to fulfill her burning desire on traveling alone by the bus. So discreet questions means wise or sensible questions. So she used to talk or she used to ask discreet questions here and there and listening conversations between her neighbors and people who used to travel by the bus. This way she picked up various small details about the bus journey. So here she was making efforts on clear understanding how traveling by the bus would be and do's and don'ts while traveling in details. So the town was 6 miles from her village. So here she is describing a distance between her village to town that was 6 miles, that is 9.5 kilometers away from her village. The fare was 30 paise one way, which is almost nothing at all, she heard one well-dressed man say, but for Valli, who scarcely saw that much money from one month to next month, it seemed a fortune. So here the narrator is saying that the fare was 30 paise one way, which was almost nothing at all. That means fare for one side was only 30 paise, which was nothing for well-dressed man. That means fare was not affordable to everyone, and only wealthy people could afford that fare at that time. And if you want to go from village to town, you need to have 30 paise in your pocket. And further he says, but for Valli, who scarcely saw that much money from one month to the next, it seemed a fortune. That means for Valli, 30 paise in those days, it was a big amount to travel by the bus for one side only. And people used to do hard work, and hardly people used to earn this amount every single month. And if they are getting the same amount every month, then they believed it seemed a fortune. So fortune means luck or fate. The trip to the town took 45 minutes. That means from village to town traveling by the bus, it took 45 minutes, and these were the records and details Valli were able to understand from the people. On reaching town, if she stayed in her seat and paid another 30 paise, she could return home on the same bus. So here she got to know that if she had 30 paise, she could go to the town, and if she boarded the same bus once again and pay more 30 paise, the bus would bring her back to the village. So in this way she was calculating fare and distances while looking at the bus from her doorway, as well as asking and listening conversations between neighbors and the people. This meant that she could take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus, reach the town at 1:45 and be back home by about 2:45. So here he is saying that this meant that she could take 1 o'clock afternoon bus. That means if she could get on the bus by 1 o'clock in the afternoon and reach the town by 1:45, and if she gets on the same bus, then it could bring her back to the village by 2:45. On and on went her thoughts as she calculated and recalculated, planned and replanned. That means she was calculating fare and distances in her mind, and all these things about money, time, and how she would ride the bus. So in this way she was calculating each and every aspect of her first ride. Well, one fine spring day, the afternoon bus was just on the point of leaving the village and turning into the main highway when a small voice was heard shouting, "Stop the bus, stop the bus." So here the narrator is saying that one fine spring day, the afternoon, that means it was a spring season, and one fine day afternoon, there was a bus stand and the bus started moving from the point and turning into the main highway. Suddenly somebody was shouting, "Stop the bus, stop the bus," and further he says, and a tiny hand was raised commandingly. That means there was a person who raised his hand to command the driver to stop the bus. The bus slowed down to a crawl, and the conductor, sticking his head out the door, said, "Hurry then, tell whosoever it is to come quickly." So here the bus slowed down to a crawl. That means on hearing the voice, "Stop the bus, stop the bus," the driver slowed down the bus and was crawling, which means the bus was moving very slowly, and the conductor sticking his head out the door. That means the bus conductor saw outside near the gate and said, "Hurry then, tell whosoever it is, come quickly." That means the bus conductor said that get in the bus quickly. So further he says, "It's me," shouted Valli. "I am the one who has to get on." So here the narrator is saying that when Valli saw the bus conductor, she shouted that "It's me, Valli, and I am the one who has to get on the bus." That means it's me and I am going to board the bus. By now the bus had come to a stop, and the conductor said, "Oh really, you don't say so?" "Yes, I simply have to go to town," said Valli, still standing outside the bus, "and here is my money." So here he is saying that by now the bus had come to a stop. That means as soon as the bus had stopped, the bus conductor got surprised to see a small girl who stopped the bus and said, "Oh really, you don't say so?" "Yes, I simply have to go to town." That means Valli said, "Yes, I am the one who stopped the bus and I have to go to the town." And while standing outside the bus, she showed him money for ticket. She showed him some coins. That means she stretched out her hand and showed the bus conductor some coins to validate that she has money to buy a ticket. And what the bus conductor said? Okay, but first you must get on the bus, said bus conductor, and he stretched out a hand to help her up. That means the bus conductor offered her help to climb up the bus by giving his hand to climb up the bus. So let's look at the second part of the chapter in my next video. For more informative videos, do subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that I can be notified whenever new video will be uploaded. So thank you so much for watching once again. Stay safe, stay healthy.